Hello folks and fellas. Today something a bit different, but in a way similar, because as you know, if you have followed my channel, I've been checking out the Warning performances and so on, and I'm very deep in the rabbit hole of that. The Warning has become one of my favorite bands at the moment for sure. This was recommended to me. This is some kind of a documentary. In a way, I'm very interested to see like how they are, what kind of people they are, because I've seen some interviews. I saw that when the Warning meets Band Made in Japan thing, of course, because I reacted to that as well, but I'm still a bit in the dark, like how they are as people and stuff like this. So I want to get to know how they are a little bit more specifically. So maybe this is a good way to do it. Let's check out this the Warning documentary making of. Let's do it. Let's go.
Pelo bien.
Primero,
We are ready.
el nombre o de que los nombres individuales y luego la banda o al
No,
revés?
I don't know. Okay. Go, hi,
Hey,
we're the
Warning.
Warning.
Oh,
And then,
yeah,
okay,
okay,
yeah,
yeah.
that makes a lot more
Okay.
sense. Hi, I'm Daniela.
I'm Paulina. I'm Alejandra.
And we are the Warning.
Danny, Ale, Pau.
This third album, I can honestly say with a lot of confidence, is that it's the best thing that we've ever done.
The new album.
Do you agree?
How to describe it? It's the Warning on steroids.
They can all play their instruments like no one I've ever seen. If you listen to this album, you know this is a rock band. It's not a female rock band or a young rock
I like
band.
what
This
I'm
is
hearing.
A rock band.
Just checking that the volumes are correct.
And then they brought the demos. I was like, you guys are kidding me. It's like, do you ever write a bad song? It's at another level.
Yeah, well,
At another level.
it seems that they can, because everything I have reacted to so far are they're great songs. Where have they been?
Working on the album with David and Rick was a little bit nerve-wracking at first because we know what we want to hear.
I was really nervous that David was gonna be like, no, I hate all this and let's do something different. Like we were prepared to fight over our songs.
We literally told them, like, we are super picky. Picky.
You see how far you can push day one. And you started to talk about a song I didn't like. I said, I don't like this song. And I had three girls right up in my face together. And they talk in Spanish.
It's somewhere between like the buddy system and gang mentality, in my opinion. You know, they travel in a pack.
Like a gang of lionesses circling the prey.
I think that if we were not sisters, like this would have fallen apart so quickly.
Having
Yeah, well,
three
I think it
girls
might be.
being
Yeah.
amazing, talented musicians at such a young age. And
I
then
mean, like,
having those three girls be sisters, so
Sisters and
connected.
brothers, they also
That doesn't
fight, but
happen.
I guess it works with them.
My daughter, like, one moment that
Oh, they're the
happened
parents.
out.
Being in a band with your family is great. We experience everything as a family that it'd be weird like to experience it alone and then come to my family like, oh my god, this happened. No, it's like a thing. It happened to all of us. It always happens to all of us.
I'm used to being in a room for 3 months with a band. This instance, I've never experienced it before. I've never had the parents in the studio. And then their manager came.
That must be
Now
very
I've got
weird.
the Guardians. I definitely didn't get to be me because I usually swear like a trooper, say all sorts of inappropriate things in the studio because nobody's filming me usually. I've never experienced anything like that, and I probably never will again the rest of my career.
You know, they're going to get where they want to go. They strike me as workaholics, and they're on a mission. I mean, this is their dream, this is their destiny, and they're going to do it.
It's amazing that like how much they have accomplished so far, and they're so
I
young.
mean, they've been through David Bendeth boot camp.
So interesting.
I have never been so on time.
This does sound more like a synth.
Going once, going twice. Die for me.
Wow. What a performance. Beautiful. Beautiful. What a voice.
Just checking, is that the same kind of mic I have?
I hold a certain standard to the records I make. Of course, they've almost earned a rite of passage.
What is
in the
it?
sense that they
SM
play
something?
on their record everything.
That's all that, you know. They did it. They played it. They
When we
SM58.
started working with David,
Maybe.
we just took
I
it to
don't
like
know.
a whole new level, and we're so happy with the result. I'm just super excited for it to be public and for people to listen to it and hear what people have got to say, because I am so proud of what we did. So proud. Hello, I am Paulina.
How it all begun.
Villarreal. I am 18 years old. I am the drummer for the band The Warning. My name is Alejandra Villarreal. I'm from Monterrey, Mexico, and I'm the bass player for the band The Warning.
I'm Daniela Villarreal. I am the guitar player and lead
Do I
singer
need the subtitles?
of The Warning. So The
Let's see.
Warning came to be in a very early stage of our lives. We started playing classical piano at a very young age. I think I was 6 and Pau was around 4.
This song in the background.
family
So good.
environment of music.
We started playing the piano when we were very young. We started with like classical music, and then we bought this video game, Rock Band, the Rock Band.
The rock band.
Rock band.
Oh, wow. No wonder they're so good. They have played their whole life.
When we bought the game, that was the moment when we were like, hey, we want to do that.
We absolutely loved that video game. We played it all the time. I would just be like jumping around with my guitar. Pat would never let me play the drums because that was her thing and she was super good at it and I was just like, no.
When we bought the game, I noticed Paulina, and she was like,
Thank God for video
like,
games.
with so much coordination, and I told her like,
Video games.
look at Paulina.
But you need to take into account that I was like 6 years old at that time.
Like next week, Paulina was in lessons.
The thing with Danny was she wanted the guitar because of the rock band, but we knew
You can't see
that
her
it was
behind
gonna
the
be difficult
drums.
for her. She was 8 years old.
I asked my dad if I could play the guitar. He was like, are you sure? And I was like, yeah. And he said, 6 months. And by the week, I wanted to give up.
But she kept her promise, and by that time, she already started to love.
I was about 3 when we got the Rock Band, so I didn't actually play. She was a baby. And then basically when we were playing Rock Band, I was clapping next to us. I picked the bass when I was about like 6 or 7, and I was like, ooh, I want to play that. Don't know what it is, but I want to play it. And when she started playing the bass, we started like thinking like, hey,
She seems to be
these
so
instruments, like, we can play
professional
them
already
together.
in
We were
that
like, oh,
age.
these 3 instruments actually make up a band. So we're like, we can start playing together.
We said like, why? We should play something together. And that was it.
We had no idea that we were gonna do what we're doing today, like at all.
For us, the decision to upload videos on YouTube was just like, we're gonna send it to our grandparents.
Oh, I have to
was
say
like,
this.
let's
Back in Black.
Upload it on YouTube and send them the link.
But suddenly they
I
started
uploaded
getting
the
a lot
Enter
of
Sandman.
attention.
All of a sudden,
My
it
reaction video
exploded.
to
Our parents really reminded us that like this was for
this.
the music, and we could use that to start writing our own music. I think that was something that caused such a huge change in us, from just like let's play for fun to like, whoa, we're a band now.
Not everything comes without its sacrifices. It was tons and tons of practice.
Suddenly You're not just a normal little teenager who goes to school, does her homework. You're playing shows, you're playing in festivals, and you're playing in front of a lot of people. Something that maybe like a lot of people my age take for granted, like going to parties, going to school, even like people who like, oh my god, I need to wake up at like 6 a.m. and go to school every day, was something that like we couldn't do.
And I appreciate the support of my parents and all that they had to go through to get us to this point, because for them, it was just as hard.
As a parent, you never know which one is the right path. We wanted to support them, like any parent, just try to give
That's
them
awesome.
what makes them happy.
We usually compare it, what we're doing and what is happening and what could have happened. But as we started playing more shows and as more people started to show up, especially like at an international level, it was like that's where it really settled in. Like, whoa, like this is for real. We're so
What's
grateful
happening?
that we have the opportunity to be playing these shows, working this way, writing music. Like all these opportunities don't happen to a lot of people.
I
Thanks
should
to
maybe
all
check
of that and all the
check more of
sacrifice that we
those,
put
music
through as a
videos.
team. And not only
But I
us,
just
but
love
our
their
parents and
live
our
performances so
management,
much that
everyone is just so incredible.
watching
and
them.
I'm very grateful. Not only that we did it, but that we were able to overcome it.
Ooh, okay.
If we weren't in a band,
If we weren't in music in general, because we
what
always
would
get
we
out of
be?
that question, like, oh, it would be a song right now. Like, what would you do out of music?
Honestly, I think I would be a teacher.
A teacher.
A teacher.
No, you would be such a good boss.
you'd be a Oh, thanks.
Yeah. I would like to write. Yeah, I'd be a good
You
writer.
would be a writer.
I would have to do
Definitely.
something creatively. I couldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like a job office. I honestly have no idea.
I think you would be a good model.
Ah! Sure.
Yeah.
Not really good at posing, but you know, you'd be a
Could
good
work- I-
model.
I could work on
you
that.
Got the
I
height, you
think
got the
she's
face.
very good on the stage, like doing that posing. The process.
Describe each other. Okay, let's do Pal first.
Creative.
Outspoken.
She's a spark,
She can also be a bit loud,
the life of the party.
energetic.
Great drummer, great singer.
She really drives what's happening.
She goes completely on passion.
Pal is such a fan of music.
Drummer, singer, writer, composer.
Alpha, right in your face.
But she's so lovable.
I'm gonna take everything as a compliment. You. How would I describe myself though?
LA is so humble and so talented. She's technically incredible.
She can hang with the best of them.
Very bold.
She's observant and very persistent.
You are scary at times, but that is very useful.
Yo, Allie with the eye rolls. She's the most reserved,
That's-
but to be honest, she may
What
be
I
the
what I
most
have
animated.
understood is
You,
that
Danny, you're very organized.
Older sister, protector.
she's
the same as
she's the
she asks
quietest,
of herself,
Well,
which is
quiet,
what
quiet
she
one.
asks
But
from
she's the
the
quiet
team.
one.
Disciplined, persistent.
She's a sweetheart.
She's honestly super nice. Like, I don't know how she does it.
She's the heart.
Very, very passionate.
She's a boss.
Danny is a powerhouse front woman.
I mean, she's up there
Well, she
with
needs to
the top
be.
voices of female rockers.
She's the lead
She's
singer.
a light in the dark.
Oh my god. Thank you guys.
See?
So nice.
And I got, I'm scary. Jumping from covers to like writing our own music was, I think it came very naturally.
Yep.
Pao has been writing songs
Perfectly.
since she was like, I don't know, maybe even 5. We would be like, I don't know, making lemonade. She was like, making lemonade.
We started writing as like a little experiment, and our first EP was basically those little experiments.
Our main focus for writing is rock and roll, but that doesn't mean that we don't listen or learn from any other genres.
I listen to a lot of K-pop, and I also listen to a lot of
Okay.
Japanese rock since it's so different. I listen to a lot of
Mhm.
classical music. I listen to a lot of alternative music. I listen to a lot of K-pop.
I love rock and
They have
roll
the
for its
connection with
energy,
them,
and I
eh?
wouldn't change that for our band. But it's great also to learn from all the different types of music that there's all around the world.
I really liked it. The chorus is really good, and I think that one of the best things about this is that you put really quick melodies that go up and down very quickly, and in like Korean language, like that works so well because they have like so many like syllables.
Creatively, it's all them. The way they work is they start writing and composing, and then they get together, then they rehearse, and they don't show us anything.
As for what we speak about in our songs, well, most of the times they come from Pao's brain, and we're just like, that's genius,
speak
and we
very
kind of
good
tweak
English.
it out and make the song appropriate to that feeling that we're talking about.
So I usually just sit on the piano and I just play something until something comes out. And then I show Danny and Ali the song. I try to pitch it as best as I can. So they're like, oh my god, that's a great song, let's work on it.
Pao's the one who has like that muscle, that creativity to just like create little words out of nowhere.
We start working on it. We start adding the drums, the guitars, the bass, and we're all very involved in that process. And it's really fun because I know I play the bass, but I don't do my bass parts alone. Like, Pao helps me and Danny helps me, and it's the same for the drums, the vocals, and the guitars.
Since we are very, very opinionated, we like to be in each and every part of the process. So we're doing bass lines, we're all there. Each second is important.
We're all very involved
good.
in every part of the process, which I think makes every song unique, and it sounds like us. Honestly, we get along so well, but the only moments where we have like fights is when we're writing. Because we have such different opinions about what a song should be. It's up to votes. 2 people.
But I
win.
think that
We
makes
work
the songs
really,
great.
really well because we
Because
have
all of them
this honesty to our communication.
come from different
We do
angles.
have like that clear line between like bandmates and sisters. You need to look at it as like what's best for the band, and not like, oh my god, like you're turning your back on me, like I'm your sister. No, like we're working.
Seeing them in the studio interact as bandmates and as sisters was really cool. It's just such a deeper level of connection. They know exactly what they need to do to support each other in all situations. When someone's cutting a vocal, when someone's cutting a guitar, like if it's going well or if there's hesitation, there's just like that sister connection was so cool to see that level of support.
They're sisters. I don't know how else to put it. It's like obvious that they're sisters, that they have each other's back, they finish each other's sentences, or they say the same thing at the same time.
When you're in a band, it's like you can break up. If this band were to disband, like they're still gonna be sisters, and no matter how heated or how big of a deal any of this is to any of us, I don't think it's more important than their family to them.
I'm so glad that we started writing our own music, because there's like nothing I love more. That's what we like doing the most, inspiring people with our own music.
And I have found out that my comfort zone is writing from the heart. It's literally, if I'm feeling a very strong emotion, the song comes out.
Technology played a huge part in our band. We became known because of a YouTube video.
Social media is such a big part for us as a band, and without social media, we wouldn't have reached all those people who listen to our music right
That's
now.
awesome.
I honestly don't know how they do what they do, but I know that the numbers don't lie.
When it comes to going viral at the age that they did, they've had a head start building this social media and online presence that people would pay millions to obtain.
That's an amazing thing to see. I mean, to have this type of fan dedication and loyalty this early is, it's really
The Warning
impressive.
Army.
And it speaks to the fact that their music really touches people.
I can believe that.
When you start out in music, the first thing that you think about is not really like, how am I going to manage my social media? It's the last thing that you're thinking of.
When I first met them, they had already gone viral because they were uploading videos of them doing covers and practicing music so that their grandparents could see it.
When the attention came in, it was like pretty shocking.
What we
great.
did as a team was land it with a proper strategy and a vision. We all talk about what we're doing in social media every day.
It is like a lot to do, but honestly, like it helps us a lot.
Thank you, patrons. Shout out to all of you. You are awesome.
This community,
new way.
friendships have been, forged all over the world.
We're always thinking of new ways to create new content for them.
And even if it just was like one person, it means something to them. That's an incredible feeling.
I think that they just feel like more responsibility to their audience, to their fans. They're constantly evolving and working more for them.
It can kind of be intimidating as our fan base grows. It's very hard not to think about what other people might think.
To think like I kind of need to be perfect. I mean, being a like woman in rock is a whole thing.
We have gone through a lot of different experiences, mostly on stage, where we would get these looks like, what are these little girls gonna do?
Like our treatment was sometimes very,
Right.
very different. Like the staff would treat you different, the fans would treat you different. I remember going at festivals when I was like 11. People would look at us like, oh, what are they gonna do here? Suddenly we started playing and everyone
And
was
then
just,
they
like,
kick
shocked
ass.
by what we did. And I was like, yeah, people really don't expect a lot out of you because they're not used to seeing women on these stages.
That can
It
be
is very nerve-wracking
advantage
to go out
when
in
you
front
show
of
them.
everyone and be that vulnerable. You see, like, this is me, this is what I do. Do you like it?
You know, it's not easy for them being young, being female in a rock genre, and I think we're gonna bring change to that.
The most important thing in what we do
That,
is to just stay true to ourselves.
Atlas
I'm really
Rise cover was
proud
awesome.
that this is a group of girls. I think there's so much talented female musicians out there, but historically they've been underrepresented in rock and roll. I don't really know what the reason is, but if I can be a part of helping to bring that energy to the forefront, then that's what I want to do.
You know, in such a male-dominated field, to see not only three women but three sisters playing rock music, it was awesome. Also, being a father of two daughters, it was inspiring to see that too. It's something I wanted them to see.
We step up our
cool.
game just to prove we belong here.
Rock and roll and music in general is for everyone to enjoy.
It doesn't matter who's playing the music. If you like it and if it's good and if you think it's good, that's what matters.
They are the future of
Definitely.
rock and roll.
Playing rock and roll, like, there's no energy equal to that.
To see like all these people that are from all around the world, some of them are older, some of them are younger, how they all just connect like through the power of music.
And it's so fun to see people having fun with you. It's just like a big party.
When young girls reach out to us, it's the most satisfying feeling ever.
You can feel it when people tell you what your music means to them. It's such an indescribable feeling.
Like when someone comes up to you in the meet and greet and they're like, I started playing the drums because of you. Oh my God, like you feel like crying. It shows that anyone can do what we're doing.
It's easy for people to blow up on the internet and kind of not act like it's a thing, but these girls, they dedicate time every day to try and make sure that someone in their fan group or their whole fan group has an experience.
There's so many people that follow us and listen to our music. If I am just able to keep doing what I'm doing right now and keep touching like people's hearts this way, I'm happy.
I really love what I do, and I'm very grateful that all of you have given me the chance to prove it and to be it and to share it with you.
We had never really worked with people outside of like our trusted group.
My first actual personal interaction was when I met them. They were playing 2 sold-out nights at Mercury Lounge, and I came the first night and checked it out and was so blown away. I came back the second night with Jason Flom.
Devin O'Connor, our senior A&R person at Lava, she invited me to go to a show at the Mercury Lounge, and I think it was a cold winter's night, and I've been to the Mercury Lounge too many times in my life, but I went and my head exploded.
Going from being an independent band to a signed band is a very big change.
Because we have been independent since we started and we had been doing really well.
For years, we've always kind of seen where the band is going independently. We started seeing this growth, and we would ask ourselves, it's like, how far can we take it ourselves? And then when is it time to start searching for partners?
We just didn't want to sign with someone who would take control over our music. When Lava approached, it was just
They
an
did
amazing
music
opportunity
independent
for us.
Warning had great touring numbers,
for
great
some
Spotify
time.
numbers, great social media interaction. Their fans are diehard. But first and foremost, the most important part is the music, and the music blew me away.
At Lava, we like to sign great artists. It's really a simple criteria.
When we were approached by Lava, we dove in and definitely found very clear pattern. It was the same sound and look before Jason got him than after.
When they actually reached out to us, we couldn't believe it. And me being an amazing, like a big Paramore fan, I was just like, wow, Jason Blum just got, oh wow.
When we started talking with Lava, we clicked. We were on the same page. I knew that this was a step
Paramore
that we
there?
had to take, that we would be able to be on another
That's cool.
level now.
It took a long time.
We were negotiating for 7 months
But we finally did it.
Signing with Lava was like a game changer for us.
Complete game changer. When we signed, it was it was just such a big relief. And now, with the whole Lava team behind us, I feel super powerful.
Honestly, I am so grateful.
We're this super strong team.
Being the first rock band in Latin American history to sign with a US major record label definitely has to be my proudest moment, and every grain of sand that I contributed to that is something that I'll cherish forever. That's one for the books.
Ever since we signed, we've gotten like so many opportunities. Like we got to record our third album during a pandemic.
With the power of a record label, we can make songs for different artists. We can get our songs in movies or anything. Like the possibilities are endless. Our earliest goals for the band, like we're gonna learn this song and we're gonna rock it. We're gonna be on time. I mean, those are still goals. But as we grew like up until now, our goals have changed drastically.
I would just really love to play all over the world and like have my
Finland,
music
maybe?
reach out to like as many people as possible.
And we would love to, you know, go on a world tour and get our music everywhere and just kind of like share that love for music that we have wherever we can.
I can envision a stadium full of fans rocking out to the Warning. If we were able to help make that happen, it would be, you know, just it would just be magical.
Future hope for the band is world domination.
Yeah, we want to tour the world. We want to melt faces,
Good
rock
for
out
them.
on stage. We want
Awesome.
to break stereotypes and show the world that dreams do come true.
My goal for them is that they become the biggest band in the world. You know, it sounds crazy, but it's actually possible. It's going to take a ton of
Sounds
hard
good.
work. And it's also going to take some lucky breaks at the end of the day. I think that that is within the realm of possibility. There's no reason that they can't do that.
Our favorite place we travel as a band, I think we have each one different in mind. Okay, let's just say it at the same time and see if it matches up.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Argentina!
Ah! Wow! We got
Argentina.
It was
Yes.
awesome. It was such a great tour.
It was our first time having like such a long tour.
We
2
were-
weeks.
It was like
2
2
weeks.
weeks.
It was
Yeah.
a
2
2-week tour with
It was our
Erika
first
Sativa,
time there.
and it was amazing.
It was
Honestly,
absolutely
I am
amazing.
dying to go back to Argentina. The energy
It's
the
so different.
Argentina like public has, wow,
We
awesome.
miss you guys.
The EP.
COVID.
Once we signed with Lava,
Here we go.
didn't want to lose any time.
The band was about to go on a tour, and then COVID hit, so everything that they were working on got canceled. And
Such
so
a
they
weird
shifted
time.
the target immediately to, okay, we're going to make the record now.
And David Bendeth was a
Think about it
name
now.
that crossed between options that they brought to the table and options that we had seen. Really quickly, it became, okay, let's get him on a Zoom.
We had a Zoom call with him. Like there was just like a connection. We shared the same vision. We were actually very excited, very nervous as well because we knew it was going to be like tough.
Teenagers are different than any other band. You know, they're very pliable.
We were really nervous. Looking back on that call, David was also nervous. Like we see it, and I was like, "Why were you nervous?" We were shaking. You are David Bendeth.
I just love this riff.
Making an album in the
bass.
middle of a global pandemic was a very unique experience.
We started lockdown in March. We had not left our
hate
house
those
until November.
masks.
We were really respectful of like the safety of it all.
Obviously, it was COVID, and the first thoughts across my mind were, how is this going to work? But what we did was we were in the bubble.
We decided after a lot of conversations about it that we were going to record it in New Jersey.
We did COVID testing. We traveled with seat covers and masks and face shields and gloves, antibacterial
Oh my
sprays
God.
and wiping. Nobody on our team got COVID. We were all very careful and very professional. And
That's
I think,
good.
you know, that just makes this album that much more
I
special.
got it.
We were just in a little bubble all the time.
I think it kept us really in the zone.
It was definitely scary starting at first, because of course the questions come up of maybe if we wait another month, things will be safer. But it ultimately came down to the fact that the music was ready and it feels urgent, it feels relevant. We want to put this music out.
Working with David and Rick was a very new experience for us. Actually never worked like this much with people who only talk in English.
Their English is amazing. My Spanish is absolutely awful. The one time that I brought up
That's what I said before.
mispronunciation, I can't remember if it was Danny or Pau. One of them said something and I jumped on it. And you just hear Allie from the back, your Spanish sucks. You gotta watch out. You don't know who's waiting in the wings to get you.
This third album, I am so proud of what we did with it.
It came out very generational, very social. More than anything, I think we want to call out people to think.
It's about Gen Z, it's about technology, it's about communication. The new album is the world from the Warning's perspective.
Since we evolved as people, we changed, our views of the world changed, we grew up. I think our writing and our music changed and grew as well.
In this instance, you could tell that each one of them had spent time honing their craft and practicing. I saw a crack in the door where I could push them and I could open a world to them where they could be less rigid, even though it's tough and they don't like it. They're built to withstand it. And so you could push them. And so I did.
It was great to see how our different opinions meshed and became this great album.
We really stepped out of our little box of songwriting.
And I'm not gonna lie to you, there was moments when it was extremely tense.
It was sometimes David, that's not how it is right now. And David was like, well, this is how it should be. And we're like, ah! We had a lot of conversations about how to meet a healthy middle.
I guess the best way to say it's how you come back from that determines how much you've grown.
Working with them was incredible, and we all got to learn so much from the process. I feel super confident about the next steps I'm taking as a musician because I got to learn from the pros.
All the work with David Bandit, it was a blessing. It was amazing.
I already missed them. We were with them for so long. It was an amazing experience.
I hope that this record goes platinum and we all have plaques on our walls. As far as for the band, I wish them all the success in the world.
We know that we have much to learn every single day. There's always something more.
I want a Warning,
my dreams and goals for them
the
is for
Warning
them to grow as
t-shirt
players,
or
to keep writing
hoodie or
songs.
something.
My biggest goal for them
Can you
would
help
be
me?
to stay in touch with who they are and never lose that.
Our love for what we do is so real and it's so big. Why have we worked so hard for so long to just stop here?
A tener un día exitoso.
You know some Spanish? Great. Interesting. They're very likable people, I gotta tell you that. And the music is awesome. You have a fan right here. I can't wait to check out more of their material, more of their songs and live performances. Let's go. I just wanted to check out this documentary and share the experience with you. I hope you got something out of it, but probably you will give me some recommendations and some nice feedback, what to do, where to go next. I like your comments, so keep them coming. Like the video as well and share and subscribe. All of that stuff, you know the deal. But for now, it's my time to leave. But like always, I'll be back.